Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is my weekly update and this is an update for actually 2 weeks now. So because I was going to do a last week update but I ended up being a little bit ill. I didn't go and weigh in, so then I was going to update you during a week, but I ended up actually going early to bed. And so suddenly it was Thursday and then I weigh on Saturday, so I thought I'm not gonna make this video anymore because it's gonna be close to making this one. So I'm combining 2 weeks weighing into one weighing, and so this is a weighing for week number 290 and 291. So I start with this week and then I'll fill you in on what happened to me and last week, because this week I weighed in our group. So, and if you wonder how did I do this week, I might as well share my book and then I'll tell you something about this week. I'll share my book right now. And as you saw from the clip of the book, I'm still a target member. Yay! So, massive yay, because last week I didn't weigh in the group. I weighed at home, as I said before. So had I been gone to the group, I'm not sure if I would or if I wouldn't, but this week I got my Diamond Member 1 year sticker, because last week it was my anniversary for being on the target for a whole year. So yeah, so and as we got the new shiny books to replace the old ones with the new plan, I said to the weighing lady, can I only have the target member sticker, because that's all it matters to me. And then now I got the Diamond World target member and I got a little badge. I don't know where I put it now. It's probably still in my bag, but yeah, I got a badge with a little diamond on it. So yeah, so 1 year on the target, so that's amazing. So then last week I actually weighed at home on my home scale and I was above my target. And what I decided, I'm gonna do a weighing video here only when I weigh in the group, because when I weigh at home it does not really matter how much I weigh. If I go over the target or under the target, it makes no difference, because all it matters is how much I weigh in when I go to the group. So that's what it was the most important. So I've been on a year on the target. So the last week, if you wonder how much I weighed 9 stone 7, and that was a £1.5 above my £1.5 above my target, because my top range of my target is 5.5. So no, yeah, 9 stone 5.5. So that's my top range. So yeah, and then I call that above my target. So yeah, so whole year on the target, that's amazing. So how was my last week and the week before? I said I was a little bit poorly. I've been run down, and then one day when I was walking home from work, I had some clicking sound in my ear, in my left ear, when it was like click, 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 click. So I thought, oh, something is happening. And then I had a shoulder pain here, running down from my neck to my shoulder, and it was all stiff here and the clicking sound in my ear. So I went twice. I went early to bed and I thought, oh, let's make that better, because that's probably some tiredness, and I just couldn't do anything. I was gonna film the video, but then I decided not to. My health and my family is more important than, well, it is important to film a video for my own journey, but I might as well squeeze it into this one. So last week I've been so now since I read the new book again, I did my little bullet, well, my footnote here. So one is for Healthy Extra A choice, one is for Healthy Extra B choice, and one is for the Sin here. And I read the book, and in there are some 10 things you should do, like 10 steps to make the most of the plan. So one of them was to highlight all the free food all the speed food, free food, the healthy extra A choices, B choices, and the sins that I like the most, or that I'll be spending my sins on. And that's what I did with my highlighters. I've been highlighting everything in my book. So I haven't gone and done it all yet, so some of the pages I still have got missing. But what I do like in the new book, somewhere I read it, it says, oh yeah, here. Regarding the sins, because I don't have got smartphone, all I do is when I buy the food, I go home and look it up on a website. But then I like, when I joined, it was only the book, it wasn't the Lifeline online bit available yet. So this is the second time I joined, and there was a Lifeline online where you can look up the sins and the app as well. But then the first time I did it, I was only using my book for my sins and did it on average. So, and then I read the book again, in this new book, and it says here, these are average sins value taken from over 40,000 branded and supermarket owned products held by on our own sin database. And it says that basically it's calculating over the average. So to protect my weight loss, it's up to 15 sins a day. So it's not a target to work towards to the 15 sins. So the 15 sins are there for me to enjoy a life and have the 15 sins. So if I don't use them, if one of my biscuit will be a little bit over the sin allowance, but something else what I eat during a day might be a little bit under, so it will kind of balance itself. So what I thought, so instead of looking up everything online what I eat, I'll actually use the book more. So I'll be looking at the average sin, and it will give me a bit more relaxed, because then I was up everything what I was eating. Basically I was looking up for the exact half a sin or 1.5 sin it had there. So instead of calculating that as a 2 sins, what would be in the book, for example, something. So like I would yeah, so I'll be making a use of my book a bit more of the sins and just relax on that a bit. And then as the plan changed, there is 2 healthy extra A choices now and 1 healthy extra B choice. But as I'm a Target member, and in the summer they released the new Slim for Life book, and I've been really enjoying following the Route B, so I will carry on following a Route B in my Slim for Life book. So there won't be a much change of difference for me, because then in a Route B it says fill up on a free and speed food. That's point number 1, and point number 2. Then allow yourself up to 2 additional healthy extra A choices each day. A or B, it's up to you. And then a little bit more sins if I wish to, up to 15 sins on 2 or 3 days a week. So yeah, so I've been enjoying having my milk and my cheese for quite a while, so I'll stick to that. So yeah, I'll be still doing the Slim for Life because that does really good to me. And with this one, be delighted with your first 6 weeks. I do enjoy the book, so I read through the book, and again I highlighted some of my trigger food, some of my things, my danger zone, and what I need to keep an eye on, because they do vary. Because then I look at some of the older books that I have, they have got similar questionnaire, but they'll be slightly different trigger things for me, so compared to what it is now. So at the moment my trigger foods are the chocolate, cakes and sweets at work that I have not paid for. So for example, or what are my slimming danger zones is work desk and office environment. So again, my workplace, and then last time it might have been something else. And yeah, so what are my less conscious self-sabotage traps? It's when I'm bored, when I'm tired, when I undereat, when I constantly weigh myself. So when I know, when I step on the scale and I know like, oh yeah, I'm still within the target, then I can, then all things slips into my mouth, because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm still on the target, so I can carry on eating something. Setting myself impossible standards. So I set myself sometimes some goals and they'll be way out of my reach. So yeah, impossible things for me to set out. And so yeah, again, I wrote that down, knowing that I'm within my target, so I can stretch a little. So I mean, stretch a little, just food additional since fall into my mouth without even weighing and calculating. And also the self-sabotage traps is after weighing when I did not put the weight that I deserved. So again, it's similar things when I weigh, and then it's I've been a little bit naughty, I've gone over my sins, or have not exercised, or have not followed the plan 100%, and I would put on only half a pound, or would still be within my target. So then it would be like, ooh, I'm on the top of it. So then again, some of the things would slip into my mouth. So yeah, that's my danger zones. I didn't put down any pictures here, and I'll still need to do that. And I filled in for my week, and then I'm doing now, instead of planning my whole week in advance, I plan only the day ahead. So then this is what I planned yesterday, and I had overnight blueberry wheats with vanilla quark and some frozen berries, and that was 2.5 cents and my beet choice. And then for lunch, after I came back from weighing, I had a jacket potato, tuna, sweet corn, mayo and a salad. That was 4 cents. And for dinner we had a chicken done in the oven, and then stir-fry veg and the noodles, and that was completely free. And then in between I had my snacks. And also, so it's only doing my dinners, breakfast, lunch and dinner. So I'll fill that in tonight again for tomorrow. So that'll be my I do like these planners because I find them useful. So, and then I do my week summary afterwards. So yeah, I'll be filling that in. So and then I'll carry on doing all my exercise. Well, I say all my exercise, it's mainly walking. So I tend to walk to work, and in the morning I drop my daughter to a childminder, then I walk to work, and then I walk back. So it's about an hour loop in a whole day. So if I tend to do that 5 days a week, so that's 5 hours of walking. And then over the weekend I tend to do something with my little one. We run around and we do things together. So that's again keep me busy on my toes. And if I do squeeze in a couple of exercise, I'm glad. So today, for example, we did some squatting together, and then again, if I run around after her and I have to lift her up, she's quite heavy now. She's about 10.5 kilos, or a little bit more if she eats a bit. So yeah, so she is 15.5 months old now, and she's crawling. She can do 10 steps now by herself. So yeah, so soon she'll be running around even more. So at the moment she's quite a fast crawler. So yeah, I have to run around after her. So regarding the food wise, so I'll still carry on following the Slimming World journey because I like it and I love the plan, and I like the freedom it gives me with the amount of free food. So what I'll do for next week, I'll concentrate more on a free food and a speed food. So making 1/3 of my plate as my speed food. So I'm gonna pause the video here, think what else I wanted to talk to you about, and I might come back to you. Thanks for watching.